not able to do. What's up, B-Lock? How you doing, brother? There you go. We're live on YouTube as well. Pull up your guys' legacy accounts. Let's get it. I'm getting a call right now. Just give me a second. But after I'm done with this, I'm going to scale down and give you guys an analysis. Alrighty, boys. I am back. I was muted. I was on a phone call. But I am back now. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Let's start with a top-down analysis. Today's stream is going to be a nice, long stream. We're going to watch the market. We're going to be patient. And we're going to catch a banger. So, kind of seeing, like, if we scale down from this specific location, this is why I have it marked out. Does anybody know what this bearish candle is? Does anybody know? Can somebody drop it in the chat? Check. All right, YouTube's working as well. IFG, no. Where my line starts from, the white line. What this is on Legacy, it's gold. Gold, so it's going to be MGC or GC for minis. The white line right here. I have this massive white line. Does anybody in the stream know what this line is? Break of structure? No. Inverse? No. Stood in the FEG. Alright, only one guy guessed it correctly. So this is a pretty new concept to all of you guys. There you go, Prophet also guessed it. It's called an order block. So, I mean, I guess some of you guys are right if you're saying change of character. And what this is pretty much when the market creates bearish candles and then it comes up above the candles. It's showing you, like, just like an inverse for rally gap, it's showing you that the market is shifting from bearish into bullish. It's essentially trapping all these sellers here, closes above them, and it uses it to continue going higher. But pretty much an order block. Let me just search it up so you guys know that I'm not making this up. This is exactly how it is, the ICT order block. It would be in a bearish range. The bearish order block would be the top bullish candle. So like just like this, you guys see two bullish candles, and if it comes below the low, that becomes the order block. Let's look at some more specific ones. Here's the one from ICT himself. So if it's a bearish candle and it comes up above the high, you use the top of the bearish candle as your order block. Here's another perfect example right there. Mastering order blocks. So it's the bearish candles, it comes up above them, and you use the candle body high. So that's why I marked it out. And you don't just take trades off of it, you know? But if you see that the market starts slowing down around this area, because look, if we go to the lower time frame, the first time we came into it, we got a nice rejection, and we've been sitting around this range. So I like to pay attention to these things right here, because this is showing me that we're slowing down around this specific location. Then you start to think, what else is at this specific location? This is the low of this IFEG. So it's the daily IFEG. We have the low right there as well. So we're stopping at this bullish order block and the low of the bullish IFEG. So that's kind of where we're trading from right now. What's up, Diane? Welcome to the Asia session stream in Legacy. My name is Marky. If you haven't seen my Instagram page, it's Full Send Traders. I'd recommend you guys all follow. I post on there regularly every single day. Very educational content, for example, like the strategies that I'm trading, why 90% fail the prop firm challenge, and specific strategies that you guys can learn from me. The @ on username is Full Send Traders. My name is Marky. I trade gold every single day during Asia session. How much do you make a month? It definitely ranges, but I can say confidently that I made over $10,000 every single month for the last year. And I've been full-time trading for the last 4 years. In total, I've been trading for like 6 years, and it took me about 2 years to become profitable. I've only ever worked one job, and since that job, I've been a full-time trader. With prop firms or live account, my main income is from my live account, but I do trade prop firms as well. I like copy trading prop firms, and Legacy's payout caps are absolutely insane. If you guys didn't know, if you guys are also new to Legacy in general, the prop firm, you guys can scale up after your third payout. You can request $12,000 from your account. You're beast, man. I wish I could do what you do. You can, and that's the thing. You definitely can. I'm nobody special, you know what I mean? I've just been trading for a long time. I learned ICT concepts. I learned from YouTube. So remember, guys, if you have the work ethic, because I started pretty young, but I learned everything. Like if you go to my YouTube watch history, you can straight up like see like hours and hours, all of ICT's videos watched, because that's where I learned, and I spent the necessary amount of time to actually learn. I'm at a 61 consistency. How can I get below 50% so I can pass my challenge? You have to trade a little bit more. So a misconception is that you have to lose money, but you have to just make more. So if you're at 61 consistency, let me explain it to you real quick. You and Luca have the same strategy. We use the same concepts, but I have a little bit of a different strategy than him. Same concepts though. If you've seen the fair value gap, the Fibonacci, premium discount. I do not use Legacy prop firm. I love Lucid and Tradeify personally. I totally understand why you might use those, but Legacy is a great option because those prop firms, Lucid and Tradeify, both limit you to how much you can pay out every week. Legacy has the biggest payout caps in the game in general, and also the platform on Legacy is amazing. It's DX Trade. If you guys haven't used DX Trade yet, go check it out. Let me pull up the charts. Boom. We're trading MGC today, so that's going to be micro gold futures. Pull up your charts. You can also have multiple charts on the screen at once, different time frames. Okay, boys, do you see how we're kind of rejecting from this area? That looks really good. We got a new 4-hour candle. I definitely think that we might have a beautiful expansion here. You guys can see we're slowing down around this area. So what I do whenever I start to see my narrative, whenever I start to see that we're rejecting around this specific location, what I like to do is I like to split my screen in half on TradingView. You need the premium feature to do this. It's not a necessary requirement. I'm just telling you guys, this is what I like to do. I like to keep an eye on my narrative. And then on the other screen, what I do is I go down to the lower time frame. So let's start from the 2-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute. And whenever I notice something that I can use, like starting from maybe the 5-minute time frame, I don't really see any new gaps, so I'm not going to start looking for anything just yet. So I'm going to go down lower time frame. 3-minute, we have some 3-minute gaps. We have a little IFG on the 3-minute right here. We can keep an eye on that one, see if it respects it. We also have some 3-minute gaps up here. Now, if we go from the 3-minute down to the 1-minute, we're going to have a lot more gaps to work with. So on the 1-minute time frame, here's this big 1-minute bearish gap. And if you guys are unfamiliar with these gaps that I'm using, it's called a fair value gap. So if you guys haven't learned those concepts, I recommend checking out my YouTube channel. I post about fair value gaps, and it's in every single trade that I take. So these are both bearish fair value gaps, and you can see the market stopped right here and reversed from this location. Then it came up into this new fair value gap, and it reversed again from here. So what we're waiting, if we want to see buys, we want to see these fair value gaps get closed above. We want to see it close above it. We want to see it run above it, close it, use it to go higher. Okay? That's what we want to see in order to take buys. Gold looks like it will retrace to the retest zone. What do you think, boss man Mark? I'm just going to watch. Price action has been pretty choppy overall this whole week, so I'm going to watch to see how we react from this area. But I'm seeing that we slowed down. We slowed down around this area, so this could be a great time for a reversal. If we do not get any disrespected fair value gaps, we might just continue selling. We might finish off the move and sell to the bottom of this daily fair value gap right here. So that could be the other alternative if I see that we're not rejecting at all. Mamba is a breakout trader. Yes, if you trade NASDAQ early morning, you're going to have so much volatility. I trade Asia session. I got to actually figure out what we're doing. You know what I mean? I did Forex for a year or so. In about 3 months, switched to futures. Nice, Dan. It's a pleasure to get to know you. Do you trade this session too? How do you know how to time it? You have to look for confirmation. I trade New York and Asia, but the platforms I know are TradingView and Tradeaway. Check it out. If this is your first time and you're just getting into legacy, I'd recommend checking it out. You can make this a little more simple for yourselves. I always do this. I get rid of the stuff and then I split up my screen. So chart, put that on the right side, and now we will be looking at 2 charts here. MGC, and we can pull up like the 1 hour time frame over here. All right, I think I have to open up a new one. MGC. There you go. Let's clean this one up as well. There you go. And then let's open up the 1 hour time frame for us right here. We'll do 15 minute time frame. And then on the left side, we have the 1 minute time frame. And for everybody that's going to be trading, click this little L. You'll have a drop down menu. Click trade bar. This is how we're going to actually place the position. I typically do 100 tick TP with a 40 tick stop loss, and I use 5 micros. That's our risk management that we use on Asia session. I need 100 to pass, bro. Let's go, Maya. Let's go. Good stuff. Almost there. Hey, Mark, when you know, shout out your stop loss so I can figure it out. Sounds good, Ivan. Hey, Mark, if you have an idea of your SL points, let me know so I can have my risk set up. Yeah, we typically do about 40. Might sweep those equal lows first, though. Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. We have these equal lows down here, and we just got a very shallow sweep of liquidity. So we're just waiting. We're still kind of consolidating. We want to see a clear push. So what I would want to see for an entry is probably us getting up here. We get up here, that would be amazing, because then we would be rejecting from this lower portion. You guys should take a screenshot of this and pay attention to what happens, because it's the best way to learn is when you guys see the before and after. So this is a daily FVG, right? So what I'm expecting, guys, because we've been bearish all week, and this is a bullish confluence right here. This is a very bullish confluence. I genuinely think that if we start to reject from this area right here, we can push back up as far as the midpoint of this gap. We can push as far as that. I definitely am going to be looking for it because we have been so bearish despite the fact that it's been so bullish on like the overall context. And that's probably because the dollar has started to turn around. What I was looking at is this monthly bearish right here, this monthly bearish gap, and I was expecting that we were going to stay below it and keep going lower, but the dollar has been really bullish just in the last week. You guys can see every single day this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now we're inside of Friday's range, So this whole entire week, we have just been pushing up and up, despite the fact that we were so bearish. So that's why I kind of gotten completely thrown off in terms of my narrative, because I was bearish. It looked very bearish. There was a lot of bearish stuff. But then we started kind of turning around this week. So let's go back down to the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and pay attention to see how we are reacting around this area. Somebody said that we might take out these lows. So we'll pay attention to these lows right here. This would be the lowest point. So if we take out this low right here, this could be a good spot to then look for a reversal if we get confirmation. Okay, so we did not close above this gap. You guys can see we're staying inside of it. So that's where fair value gaps come into play. If it doesn't close above it, you're not going to get your entry. Yo, Mark, I still don't fully understand the ticks. Any tips? Thanks. Yeah, so let me explain it to you, Serge. It's really simple. Also, I forgot to share the link with my Telegram group, so I'm going to send that over to them. Okay, so ticks. You're wondering about ticks. How do you calculate ticks? What does that even mean? So do you see it on my... What I like more than ticks is pips. That's just the word that I learned at first, pips, which is, it means the same thing. But pretty much look at the price on gold. Right now, on the these are the forex.com charts on TradingView, so it's going to be different what's on Legacy. But it's the same exact pair. It moves exactly the same. So we can use this to mark everything out, and then we can execute on Legacy, right? So it's the same thing. So don't get confused. It's not anything different. Pretty much what we do is 4614.25. 4614.25. So this is the current price. Pips is starts from the last digit right here. So the fourth digit. Every time it goes from 4614 to 4615, we have moved a total of 1 tick. And then if it goes from 4615 to 4616, we have moved 2 ticks, 2 pips. Okay? And then the number after that is going to be the micro pips or micro ticks. So every 1 tick is made up of like 10 or 100 of these. So 10, 20, 30, that doesn't matter. You pretty much just look at the last number. Every time it goes from 4614 to 4624 or 4634, that's going to be 100 ticks. Or not 100, but 10. And then this number is going to be 100. So you're promoting Legacy but trading Forex. I'm so confused. I'm not trading Forex. Do you see me trading on Forex? I'm using the Forex chart on TradingView. And the reason why I do that is because it's the cleanest chart. TradingView cleans it up really nicely. If you end up learning the same concepts that I trade, fair value gaps, IFEGs, you're going to want to use the Forex.com chart on TradingView. And Legacy is the prop firm that I execute on. This is where I actually make money. This is just where I look at the chart and figure out what it's doing, what I'm going to trade, marking it all out. 1 minute to 8 hour indicator showing a bearish trend. Oh, 1 month to 8 hour. If that's something that you personally use, go for it, brother. 2 winning days until payout. Let's go, Junior. You've been cooking that up. Okay, guys, we're about to take out this low. You guys see we're heading for this low. We're staying below this gap, heading for this low. When we take out this low, we could potentially start seeing a correction from the bottom of this daily IFEG and this order block. So I'd be interested in seeing us reject after taking these lows. It's the same market structure, so it doesn't matter exactly. So you trade futures but use Forex charts. Yes. Like, it's just a little bit harder to mark stuff out on most trading platforms. Okay, we didn't take it out. We're starting to reject, which is not like something that's going to make me want to enter, because that would just mean that we're staying inside of this range. We want to actually see us take out the low. We want to see us dig down through these lows. Because if it just starts rejecting without taking the low, then that means we're just staying inside of the high and low of this range, right? We could just keep consolidating inside of this range like that. I'd highly recommend you guys, whenever you start to notice, like even me who trades gold only, like, you know, I've only traded gold for the last like 4 years. And what I also like recommend for you guys to do is when you start seeing gold being inside of this range and just the price action just starts slowing down, being extremely choppy and just like sideways like this, like look, this entire day on Tuesday was just consolidating. Wednesday, consolidating. When you guys start to notice that, either don't trade or you can actually step away from the charts and go to NASDAQ, because NASDAQ actually been moving like crazy. The volatility on NASDAQ has been nuts. Just don't trade it during Asia session, trade it during New York session. Okay? Let's go back to gold. Let's see how it's moving over here at the bottom. 15-minute, 5-minute. Yeah, volatility is still like, it's staying around this area, but we're not moving anywhere. We needed to reject. We needed to run, expand from here. You guys are seeing it's respecting the low right here. Really nice. Any trades yet? No, not yet. How many time frame? What time frame am I using? I use the 1 minute for execution. I use the higher time frame, like the daily 4 hour, for my narrative. We're using the daily time frame. Okay, we created an IFEG over here. We actually already tapped back into it and we're getting a rejection. Do you guys see that? Again, I wouldn't want to take a trade from this one, but if we ended up getting up here, then I would be interested in taking a trade. I'm going to sit through and try to wait for it to get up here because I do want to take a nice trade today. Have you looked into Oliver Velez? No, I don't know who that is. Trade with Oliver. I don't know who this is. This is my next video right here. 92% of traders are depositors. You got lied to. No, I haven't watched any of his videos. He's been trading for 40 years. Holy moly. That's a long time. How long have you guys all been trading? Let me know. When did you guys start trading? What is that big candle on the left side? And this one is the daily candle. It's a daily candle indicator that I use. It shows me the daily candle on the lower time frame. So you can see how the daily candle looks. Do you see it's the same exact one as this daily candle? That's because this is the daily time frame. Why it's helpful is because when you're on the lower time frame, sometimes you forget where you're at in terms of the daily range. This just helps you kind of like keep track of that and be aware of where you're at. 3 months, I suck. April last year. So a whole year already. 2 years, 3 months, 2 weeks ago. Oh wow, you're very new. What got you into trading, Serge? Are you unhappy with your job? Are you unhappy with where you're at? Mark, 4 months, 6 months, a lot of very new people. Few months, about a year and a half. Broke resistance. Yes, we did create another IFEG right there. But like I said, let's just wait it. Wait for it to start running a little bit higher. If we get up here, close above this one, we'll go in. There's no need to be impatient because if we start turning around from this area, like I said, the move can be as big as from here to the midpoint of this gap. You guys see that? If we start to reject. So I want to get up here And if we get up here, then we're going to look for the move all the way up here. And we can just catch a nice little banger, like from here to the highs right here. We got a bunch of highs right there. We can aim for like this high. Highest point right here in this little range. To target. Boom. So let's just wait. Let's let it keep developing by itself, getting up there. I just want to have a good future in case I lose my job. 3 to 4 weeks, ain't made anything yet. Just losing, trying to take every trade session, I guess. Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're going to learn a lot from that, brother. If you're trading every session, you're definitely going to learn a lot from that. But like you said, you are going to lose. Trading every session isn't going to make you, how do I put this? Like, it's going to be harder to focus in on one specific pair, one specific session, one specific characteristic, because every session does its own thing and it repeats. It does the same stuff, guys. You just got to learn what it does. I want freedom to spend time with my wife, not a big fan of night shift. Yeah, bro, I can only imagine. I feel better learning with you. You actually teach and show targets. That's awesome, brother. I'm glad that I can be of help to you guys. There's a lot of new people in here, so I got to make sure I'm on top of the game. Okay, we came back down into this lower one. Do you guys see that? We created an IFG right here, but just started dumping. So I'm glad that I didn't enter anything. Like I said, I'd want to see us just catch the rest of the move. We don't need to trade right now. We don't need to catch a trade before the confirmation actually comes through. Because if it does end up reversing, it's going to reverse big. So we don't need to be impatient. Let's just pay attention to how it reacts to the gaps, what new gaps it forms, and then we'll see where we go from there. Here's the lower gap that we came back into. We have these lows right here that we just barely missed. So might want to be taking those out as well. Well, I started to learn trading because I applied to a lot of jobs, more than 20 plus, and I got rejected. I'm on my last hundreds. I'm putting all my effort into this, and I enjoyed it when I did demo losses and winnings. Dang, brother. That sounds like a tough situation to be in. To use the Heikin Ashy candles. No, I don't. I only use these candles. Surge, I believe you. People say that getting a job is the safe route, but I would disagree. I would definitely disagree. If you learn a skill like trading, then your income is in your hands. It's in your hands. You know how to invest. You know where the market's going, why the markets are moving. You know what I mean? It's in your hands. If you perform well, you will make money. If you don't perform well, you won't. And that will just make you improve. And if you aren't somebody that can keep improving, keep adapting, then you're not going to succeed in it. But if you put in the work, you will succeed in this field. And your whole income will be in your own hands. It's not going to be in the hands of somebody else. Like, for example, you miss a few days, like you get sick or something. And that just pisses off your boss. You just start slowly taking away and then you're fired. You don't have to have a schedule. You don't have to. How many times do you go live per day while trading? I only go live once a day, 7 p.m. every single day. It's the only time I go live. I typically start trading by myself at around 5. So many failed accounts because of the drawdowns. Yeah, bro. But when you pass it, you can build your own account buffer. You can cook it up. Nice rejection from this gap. This is why we watch it, because you learn. You get confident in this stuff. When you learn these concepts and you see how well the market respects these gaps, it definitely motivates you to like, it literally shows you that you can read the markets. And you don't always need a massive move. Like, even a little move like this, you get in right there, close out your position right there, you got your winning day and you're done. Compound that by a few accounts. Is there a hotline for trading addiction? Bro, yeah, just have some friends, bro. Have some friends. Tell them about what you're doing on trading. It helps you. How long have you been trading for? I've been trading for 6 years. Been full-time trading for 4 of those years. That's called gambling. Yeah, I'm hella confident because I know that I can win. I'm not giving up. How many times? Oh, I already read that. Okay. Exactly. They can take money from you, but not the skill to make it. Exactly, bro. I mean, if you're addicted to trading, you might be gambling. We got a nice IFVG right there. We're getting a beautiful rejection from here. You guys can see we're starting to create higher lows. We're breaking the highs. I love to see it. All right, boys, when we close above this gap, we're going to go in for some longs. Remember what I said? We're looking for a position. Once we close above this gap, our stop loss is going to be 40 ticks. So it's going to be from 4620 to 4616. 0.35, somewhere around here. Our take profit is going to be the high up here. Why? Because it's the highest point of this range. We got 1, 2, 3 highs. We can obviously take some partials at this high. So let's go ahead and do that. Partials here. So if we're entering with 5 micros, we can take 3 micros off here. And then we can take the rest off here. Full TP here. Alright, boys, we're inside of this gap now. We just need it to close above now. When it closes above, we're going to go ahead and take our position. We're taking 3 micros off here. We're taking the full TP up here. So all we need now is to wait for it to close above this gap. When it closes above this gap, that is our confirmation. How do you explain to someone that it isn't gambling? A lot of people see it like that. How do you explain it to somebody? You show them consistent income from trading. How do you do that? You just gotta avoid the mistakes that every trader makes. The basic mistakes is, first of all, revenge trading, over trading. So revenge trading is like when you lose, you try to make it back. You gotta realize at some point that you're wrong or that the market's not a good like to trade right now, and stop. 2-3 trades, you're done. Can you show in Legacy as well how to take partials? We can indeed do that. We need to first wait for it to give us the trade. Does the time frame matter? It does matter. The higher time frame will give you the narrative, so you have to learn how to read the higher time frame. If you bet on if it's going up or down, yeah, it's gambling. But if you actually learn and apply those skills, then it's a profession. Exactly. You gotta have a good system. How many micros? I'm going in with 5 micros. You can see that we're still inside of the range. So until we get this confirmation, we are not trading. I honestly feel like poker and trading are very similar. Poker definitely is gambling, but trading is more certainty, in my opinion. I definitely agree, bro. Your outcome isn't based off of like the cards, you know? In trading, your outcome is based off of like how well you can understand where the market is going in the higher time frame. Because if you can understand that narrative on the daily time frame, if you can understand how the economics affect the market, then you will be right much more than you will be wrong in trading. You will have a higher win rate. Right now on my live account, I have a 71% win rate, and I've already been able to take out like around $30,000 in the last like 3 months, I believe, just from one singular live account. I started January demo trading, then I got funded in March and blew my account before I can catch a payout, but now I'm in the challenge again in another account. Let's go. Boys, you can also use code MARK. I forgot to mention this, but you guys can use code MARK to get 20% off of your funded accounts at Legacy. Honestly, oh yeah, okay, I read that. Getting funded is that first step, bro. You know that you can do it. Next step is just winning those small days, bro. Start off small, get small payouts, build up some more accounts. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this one. It got disrespected. We still have these lows right here. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking right now? I'm so tired. Gold has been annoying this week. Yeah, up until today. Up until today, we literally have not had any movement. Can you send the link to your YouTube? Of course I can, brother. It's gonna be trades by Marky on YouTube. On and off since 2020, 6 years. Dang. Trades by Marky on YouTube. You guys pull up my page, I have a ton of content. I upload every single day. How to make your first $10,000 trading. This is a great video. I recommend that you guys watch it. All right, guys, we're respecting this gap again. We're bouncing off of it, running up. If we can close above this gap up here, we're gonna take longs. If we don't, we're gonna wait. Of course, brother. Yeah, the only example I can think of is when people put money in the stock market. It's not gambling. You just don't. Oh, you don't just buy out of nowhere. You wait for the right zones to invest into the stock market. Day trading is waiting for those zones on a daily basis. I don't know though, just my 2 cents. Yeah, exactly, bro. There's things that you can do every single day to give yourself a higher probability. Look, if you can determine the direction of where like the weekly range is going or the monthly range, and then you go in on the lower time frame, here's a very simple way to trade. Every candle has a wick, right? So if you think that the daily candle is going to be bearish, look, every candle has a wick. Every single one. If you think that the daily candle is going to be bearish, you think it's going to expand down, then when it goes up and creates a wick, this is when you're entering above the open. So if you enter above the open on the daily candle, see, the open is going to be where the daily candle opened. When it goes above the open, if you think that it's going to run down, then you look for selling opportunities anywhere above the open. You wait for that higher time frame bias, you get the confirmation, you enter. Okay, get ready, guys. We're running up rapidly. So let's see if we respect this gap. If we close above it here, 8, 7, 6, 5. Looks like the first candle is not going to close above it. So we do not have an entry just yet. Okay, we did actually close above it. We did. All right, boys. I'm going to stick to the gut. I'm going to enter. 5 micros, 40 tick stop loss. I'm in. Boom. 40 tick stop loss, 100 tick take profit. We closed above this gap right here. It's an IFEG. We closed above it. We're tapping back into it. This is a 1 minute IFEG. We're going in for our trade right there. So it's a 1 minute IFEG. Now that was a massive candle, but I'm not gonna be afraid to take the trade. This is what I've been waiting for. So we're taking partials. We entered with 5 micros, 40 tick stop loss. We're going to take 3 micros off here. We're going to take the full TP up here. So we're in with the total of 5 micros. Let's go ahead and just watch the legacy. Our 3 micros are coming off at this high. How much of a TP is this? 4631. So it's about 101 ticks, somewhere like this. Just looks slightly different on here. Okay, it's going to be a little higher, like this. There you go. So full TP's up here. Take partials right here. All right. We are in. We are in a trade. Let's watch this trade play out. Let's see if we do indeed respect this IFEG and we end up ripping towards the highs. That was a really big move up. It was very quick. Who's in with me? Who's in with me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat by dropping number 1. Can you show again in Legacy? So our entry is at 4623.5. Our stop loss is at 4619.2. Our take profit is at 4637. 4637.3. Let's go down to the 5-minute over here. Wonder if I can clean up the charts even more than this. Whatever. Alright guys, we're looking really good. Really, really good. Let's go, B-Lock. Let's get it. Let's get it. Our YouTube audience is in with us. We got a bunch of people in on the stream. We are in this marquee. Let's go, boys. There you go. You set your 3 micros there and 2 micros. Perfect. Perfect TPs right there. I will let you guys all know when we're taking partials and how you guys can do it. Because when you're trading with trade bar, it's automatic. It'll automatically close the whole entire bracket. But if you guys are manually entering, then you can add the 3 micros here and then the rest up here. But because we aren't manually entering, we have to do it a different way. So we're going to drop down to 3 up here in the trade bar, and then we're just going to press sell market when we get there. Okay, guys? But beautiful rejection so far. That was a really nice move. Honestly, guys, it was a really nice move. Because we were waiting inside of this range, and then all of a sudden one candle happens like that. If you guys aren't ready to execute, you're not going to catch the move on time. You guys have to be ready. Can't be sleeping. Beautiful execution. Look at how the daily candle is looking. Like, we're pulling back out from this zone. And I was telling you guys, it doesn't matter if we enter down here. Like, the whole TP is all the way 4639. So that would be all the way up here if we got to the middle of this gap. So yes, even though we entered late, like we could have entered somewhere down here, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter because the move has a lot further to go, and we can still capitalize. We can still make money on this move. I'd rather wait for confirmation and, you know, catch the move than not get confirmation and get cooked 5 times before the real move happens. It's looking really good. The first time with you, you inspire confidence. Hey, I appreciate that, Andrew. I just know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? I hop on. I've been doing the same stuff during Asia session every day. We're already floating $185. I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to go break even when we take out this high. We're not going to go break even until that happens. I'm going to leave my position running the whole way until we hit this 3 micros 4625 over here. Why can't I move my stop loss on my iPhone? It won't let me grab and drag it. Are you on Legacy? You're on Legacy DX Trade on your phone? I've never used it on my phone, so I'm not sure why, like what that issue could be. I would definitely recommend trading on the laptop. This one's mainly oriented for the laptop. You can do a lot with it on your laptop. Alright, boys. Beautiful trade so far. Just give it time. Give it some room. Let it breathe. Thanks, brother, for this whole session. After trading here for a minute, the session was so educational and well explained, executed. I appreciate that, Junior. And I do this every single day. So if you don't tune in as frequently, feel free to join up more often. I'll be here waiting for you. One daily candle about to form. The daily candle? What do you mean? What do you mean it's about to form? When are we going break even? We're going break even when we go ahead and take out this first target that we're aiming for. I close at 320. I like when you're trading. Do you teach? I am teaching you right now. You can find me on my YouTube page right here, Trades by Marky. So if you haven't already, drop a sub on the channel. Show some love. All right, guys, we are selling through this gap, but that's why we gave it some room, because this is sometimes happens. We get the manipulation as long as it pulls back up and it stays inside of it. Remember this candle down here, or not this candle, but this IFEG, kind of the same thing. We ripped through it, but as long as we pull back up into it, we stay inside of the gap, we can still respect it and go up. Because there's no point in closing our position if this was the only move that we got. It's not even worth it. It wouldn't be worth it to go break even either. Just let it run, give it some breathing room, and let it go. If the target is indeed bullish, if we are going to reverse towards buy side and the daily candle is going to flip into a bullish candle, then we are going to be good on this trade. It's the same way that it happened here. Remember, it can respect the gap multiple times. Let's see if we do get the pullback. Our stop loss is 40 ticks away. Same way that we just held it. We didn't close it up here. Why? Because it's, how much was it? Like we were up $185. That's pretty much what we're risking at this stop loss. So if we weren't happy to take $185, it doesn't matter, guys, if that's all we're risking. Give it some room, be patient, and let it run to its TP. Let it run to its TP. Remember, we've started to reverse already. We're getting higher highs and higher lows here. So the market structure is shifting. We got a nice bullish IFEG here. And even though it looks like it disrespected it here on the 1 minute time frame, this is also on the 3 minute time frame as well. We got one right there. And we have this massive 3 minute bullish gap right here. So that 1 minute one isn't the only gap here. We are shifting structure here. You can see here we have a 3 minute bullish gap right here as well. So don't let the 1 minute time frame scare you. This is why you have to give every single trade room and you have to be patient with it. All right, let's check it out because we're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer for our trade to hit. We're back just around where we entered. So let's see how we start reacting around here. 4616.28. There you go. Come on, I'd love to see a nice bullish move, a nice bullish candle out here. Is it fine if I enter the trade now? Of course, bro. When you're closing partials on Legacy, you drop the quantity to 3 and then click sell market button. If you are trading with the trade bar. Yes. If you're trading with the trade bar. You click sell market. And that will close 3 partials on both of the stop loss, the take profit, and the entry itself. Because what it's going to do here is for a buy. All right, we just got taken out. Minus $225. We got a nice entry. We did get a nice entry. It came fast. Closed above this gap. We rejected from it. But we did not take out the highs here. We did not take out the first high here. We didn't take out the high here. So that does suck a little bit that we just got taken out. We filled up this 3 minute gap all the way. I'm not going to be taking any more trades, but I'm going to watch it. Because if we're sticking inside of this range, there's no point of re-entering the trade. There really is no point. I was hoping that after getting a really nice entry, just like the one that we got, it was very fast. It gave us the IFAG. I was hoping that we were going to reject from there and keep going higher. But we ended up running back down just as fast. So let's just watch it just for our learning experience. We still have this 3-minute gap. We did not close below it. I just want to see if we are going to take out these highs or whether we're going to go for the lows. Because we still have this gap. This is like the first gap that we got in a little while. We had no gaps right here. So just sit with me, bear with me. Let's be patient and let's just watch this trade play out, because even if you don't take a win, as long as you guys learn something new, that is much more valuable, because the skill is much more valuable than one $200 trade. Let's go. I think now we need to wait for bullish confirmation. Like I said, I'm not going to be entering again. But you guys can see that we did not close below this gap. We stuck inside of it. Our stop loss was like right around the like lower portion of it. We manipulated to the bottom of this gap. We filled it up, and now we're rejecting from it. I just want to see if we are indeed going to run and take these highs finally, or whether we're going to stick inside of this range. Because remember, we are rejecting off of the daily level. What a crazy rejection. We're running fast. And I want you guys to do this. Like, if you guys take a loss, don't just shut the computer. Don't just end the day right there. Watch it for a little bit, guys. Pay attention to how it reacts afterwards. Because sometimes you guys shut the computer and then the trade ends up hitting, and you guys don't see why. If you guys just be a little more patient, you guys can see here. What happened here is we entered off the 1 minute time frame, which is not bad. It's actually really good. I've done this over and over again. We entered off of this 1 minute IFEG. We got a beautiful move. Beautiful start to the move. But then we just started selling off. Why did we start selling off? I didn't know in the moment. But now that I'm seeing it, we started selling off because the market wanted to fill up this 3 minute gap. It filled it up perfectly to the bottom. Like literally it stopped right at the bottom. Do you guys kind of see that this is the same thing that can happen right here on the daily time frame? We can stop at the bottom and then just reject from there. Because now the gap is filled right here. It's filled completely. Previously, we stopped at like the middle of it, the top, and rejected. This time, we stopped perfectly at the bottom after filling it up, and we are rejecting from there. Still in? Nice, bro. Let's see if you get your target. I'm happy with just the lesson and walking away with just one little loss. That's why you guys have to have good risk management. Because this entire week, I've still maintained my account, guys. We're still up $783. The whole entire week, we had a really bad gold price action, but I ended up surviving because of good risk management. All right, we're back into the 3 minute gap. I was honestly expecting it to run through it. Not through it, but I mean like through the highs here. But you guys can see we're inside of the range still. So I think that's part of the reason why we did not get our TPs here, because the market is still in a bearish trend. despite the fact that we ended up creating higher highs here, higher lows, higher high. Now that we got to almost taking out the high, we started getting those lower highs. So the market is still bearish. Still bearish. We have a 1 minute bullish gap right here. Let's see if this one gets respected. If we end up pulling away from this gap, going back to the highs, or whether we end up running back down into this 3 minute gap. Yeah, so you guys can see we're not really respecting this 1 minute gap. We're trying to dig through it. We got 20 seconds left until it closes. I'm also just curious to see, like, because we're inside of this 3 minute gap. 15 seconds left. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We stayed inside of it. We did indeed stay inside of it. If the next candle goes up from here, then this might actually go back up to the highs. Because this is a bullish gap. We did stay inside of it. Now we just need some nice momentum coming out of it. Look at the 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the 15-minute. I don't really see anything on the 15-minute time frame. What are you pointing your attention to? We didn't come up above this order block range just yet, and the only next gap is up here. I'm still in, had a little bit of a bigger stop. There you go, brother. I kind of like what it's looking like right now. We just took out this little no wick right here on the bottom. Alright guys, I'm going to enter with 3 micros. I'm going to enter one more time. Boom. 3 micros has been placed. I took a buy because we're respecting this range and I'm expecting it to leave. 40 micro stop loss again. So that's going to be from 4618.14 to 4614.4. And then our take profit is going to be the same. Let's see if we can get there. But now I'm only in with 3 micros. So let's take off 2 micros here. And we'll take off the last micro at the top. We'll TP there. So I'm in again on legacy. 3 micros, not as big as our first position, because if you guys are taking a loss, you should not be going in with the same size. Always half the size or lower it, so that on every trade that you guys take, you are not like digging yourself in a hole. You can just keep halving it. This is a good rule of thumb if you guys want to stop over trading. Is every trade that you take that is a loss, the next position is half the size. So when the candle closes below the sell side liquidity, it is a change to go down. Yes. Yes, indeed, bro. Yes, indeed. Okay, we are coming back out of this 3 minute. back out of this 3-minute gap. We have been given another chance. This time we're gonna go break even. Why am I gonna go break even this time? Because I realized after the first little trade here that we cannot expect it to take the highs. If it does want to stay inside of the range, then it will stay inside of the range and we will not get our trade. We will not get our profits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go break even as soon as we can here. We're back at our entry. We're running through the gap now. We just literally closed below it. That's not good. That's not good. We still have the 3-minute gap here, obviously. But on the 1 minute, we just closed below the 1 minute gap. Come on, last chance here. Second trade of the day. Second trade of the day, boys. From the 3-minute gap. Locked in, entered it on my live account as well. I still want to see this go up. Like in the long term, I still want to see this go up. Over the span of this entire daily range, I'm expecting that today's daily candle is going to be bullish. It's the last daily candle of the week. 3, 2, 3, 2. All right, we're pushing back up. Who else is in with me still? You guys are still in? Alrighty, let's get it. Let's get it. That is just some unprecedented sell side. We had a lot of really good market structure towards buy side. So I'm still expecting that to hold here. The same way that it's kind of holding the sells down by giving us those lower highs, we still got those higher lows here at the bottom. So as long as we also don't take out this low, we should keep going back up. Overall, it should go up. You know what I mean? Because look, at first, guys, we were consolidating sideways. Now we're moving in a upwards direction. We were consolidating sideways. We slowed down at the bottom of this gap. And now we're starting to move up. So that's a pretty good thing. Pretty good thing. Let's go. I'm so confident in this trade. I'm still confident. Okay, we're about to take out the low. On Forex, we already took it. On futures, we still have a little bit of room. Okay, I ended up surviving the position. That would be crazy if it went up from here, but it would also make sense because you guys can see we still have this 3-minute gap and we still have yet to close below it here. Still in. Should we give it a little bit more room? I'm only risking about like 100, I think like $20. I'm going to give it a little bit more room here. Just a little bit more, just because we are at the low of this gap. I'm going to wait until the 2 minutes is over here, and I'm going to see if we close below this gap. If we do close below this gap, I'll close the gap. If we stay inside of it, then it's most definitely going to reverse out of here. So we got about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and we're going to find out whether we're going to keep running lower or whether we're going to go back up into this gap. All right, 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Hey, Mark, could it be there's low volume at this time? I mean, there definitely is low volume, you know, but market is still moving at a really good spot. It's in the bottom of the daily gap. So if we can layer in a good position now, and if our position survives, we might have a really good trade. All right, so 1 minute left. 1 minute left. All right, that should have taken me out right there. It still didn't, but that's going to be it for today. 30 seconds left. Looked good for a moment. But then all hopes and dreams were destroyed by the sell side. I must be bad luck because all I do is lose. What's your new SL and legacy? Doesn't matter anymore. Alright, down 366 for the day. Now, this week's been hard, and I've only been buying this week. I took one sell. That trade actually played out, you know, believe it or not. But I've been buying all week. I've been expecting gold to reverse from all these bullish confluences, but it hasn't been going up at all. Market is sketchy on consolidation range. About to go back to selling dope, bro. If that's what you have to do to make some money for trading, bro, keep the trading going. No, I'm just kidding, bro. You can do it in trading. I believe in you. Losses are part of the game. Bad weeks are part of it too. And it just kind of sucks that gold sucks. I'm going to go to some Forex pairs instead and just look at those because those are going to be better than whatever gold is doing. But that's it for today, boys. We took 2 trades. 2 losses, unfortunately. But still a great stream. Hope you guys learned something new. And hopefully next week we get some more bullish price action because that's what I want to see. With that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next live stream.